Alright, we're back for the next part of my 100,000 views special for Rodney1279, and it's BigJon's Card Sharks. And for this segment, we've got JVD, Newkirk G-Man 2, Leafman 813, and Mr. D11 Holler.
Howdy, kids. How are you?
And I think for this game, our contestants will be Leaf and Gary. Alright, so here we go. Cards are being loaded in for the first round right now. Alright, you guys know how this works. Best 2 out of 3. And whoever wins 2 games goes on to play for the big money. And Leaf, question for you to start off this game. We surveyed 140-year-old women, and we asked them if they agree with the saying, life begins at 40. How many of them said that they agree with the saying, life begins at 40?
I think we're not getting an answer yet.
Yeah. Now we need an answer, please.
Leaf, are you there?
Paging the doctor. Paging the doctor.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh.
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay, Leaf, we need an answer, please.
What was the question again?
Alright, we asked 140-year-old women if they agree with the saying, life begins at 40. How many of them said that they do?
I thought the phrase was life begins at 50, and 50 was the new 40. But the guy that came up with that statement, we won't know how it feels because he passed away at 49. I'll go out the middle and say 50.
Alright, Gary says that 50 of them agree with the saying. Gary, do you think it's higher or lower than 50?
I'm gonna say a little bit higher.
Gary says it's higher. Alright. Well, the number I have on my card is 61. Gary's got it, and you get control first. And Gary, your first card is a jack.
Lower.
Lower than a jack, it's a 7.
Freeze.
Freezing on that 7 and not letting Leaf play the cards. And Gary, this one is for you.
Alright.
Now, we surveyed 100 plumbers, and we asked them if they would charge their brother-in-law for middle-of-the-night service. How many of them said that they would charge their brother-in-law for middle-of-the-night service?
I'm gonna say around 58.
58 of them. Leaf, do you think it's higher or lower than 58?
Let's go lower.
Alright, Leaf says it's lower than 58. And the number is 36 of them. Yes! Yes, sirree. Alright, Leaf, let's look at your base card. Oh, it's a great one, a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. A jack.
Oh, let's freeze there.
Freezing on the jack. Alright. Well, I'm thinking there's probably some sort of strategy involved with that decision, but I won't go into specific details about that. Anyway, Leaf, next question goes to you. Oh boy! Oh boy! Leaf, you just turned 17 today, right?
Yes.
So that means you're a teenager for a couple more years. Interestingly enough, here is the kind of question that we have for you. We surveyed 100 teenage boys going steady. We asked them if they would choose their girlfriend over their best buddy. How many of them said they would choose their girlfriend over their buddy?
Well, I know the saying grows before a hose, but I do not live by that philosophy. I am a gentleman, and I say ladies first. But I'm really going to think that's a really low number. I'm going to say only 17 of them.
Oh god.
Only 17. Gary, do you think it's higher or lower than 17?
Just a tad bit higher.
Alright, Gary thinks it's a tad bit higher. And the number is 93. Well, Gary, it wasn't a tad higher. It was a lot higher. But nonetheless, you've got control, and you can change the 7 if you want.
Alright, let's do that. I want to change that 7, please.
Alright, let's see what we're changing it to. It's a queen. That's a much better card.
Lower.
Lower than a queen. It's a 6.
Alright. You know what? For that, let's go higher.
Taking a chance at going higher than a 6? Oh no! A 5. That was not higher. Alright, Leaf, you've got to play off the jack.
Lower.
Lower than a jack. There you go, a 5.
Let's go higher.
Higher than a 5? It's a 7. I heard him say freeze, am I right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
Alright, freezing on that 7. Leaf, you're now 1 card away, and it's sudden death time. Gary, this question's for you. We surveyed 100 married women, and we asked them if they'd been more passionate with an old boyfriend than her husband. How many of them said they'd been more passionate with an old boyfriend than their husband?
69.
Alright, Gary says it's 69. Leaf, what do you think? Higher or lower than 69?
I know how old love feels. Let's go, I don't know. Let's go lower.
Lower than 69. Alright, actual number is 18. It is lower. Alright, control very important here, Leaf. What do you want to do?
Let's change that 7 and I'll go for it.
Alright, changing that 7, and it is... Well, guess what? You've got one of the best cards in the deck, if not the best in the deck. It's an ace.
Gotta go lower.
Alright, if it's lower, you win the first game. Lower than an ace. Oh, we've got a double.
No!
So, Gary, you win the first game.
Oh, I forgot to say we got Rodney on here. Rodney, what's up? What's up?
Alright, we've got new cards dealt out now. And Leaf, you have to win this next round. Yeah. Alright, Leaf, you have to win this next round. First question goes to you. We surveyed 100 dentists, and we asked them if they've drilled the wrong tooth by mistake. How many of them said that they've drilled the wrong tooth by mistake?
Well, dentists are pretty precise, so I don't know how many of them would screw up. Let me say 72.
Alright, Leaf says it's 72. Gary, do you think it's higher or lower than 72? Yeah, higher or lower than 72?
Lower.
Alright, Gary thinks it's lower than 72. Alright, the number of dentists who said they've drilled the wrong tooth by mistake is 25 of them. It is lower. And Gary, you've got a 9 to start off with.
Alright, a 9.
A no-
Change.
Changing that 9. Let's see if we can get you a better card. A 4. That's a lot better.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. A 5.
Higher.
Higher than the 5. It's a 6.
Higher.
Taking a chance of going higher than a 6. A jack.
Lower.
To tie up the game. Or sorry, to win the match. No, another jack. So, Gary, you go all the way back to the 4, and Leaf, you have to play off the 6.
Alright, I'll go higher.
Higher than a 6. A king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. It's a queen.
Let's go lower again.
Lower than the queen. Oh, no, another double. So, Leaf, you go back to the beginning. All right. Gary, next one's for you. We surveyed 100 top business executives. We asked them if they would accept their secretary wearing a mini skirt in his office. How many of them said that they would?
What the hell?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
I'll say 66.
66. In other words, about 2/3 of them. Leaf higher or lower than 66?
Oh God, I don't know who the hell would want to wear a miniskirt in a man's office.
Well, definitely not me.
Kyle. Maybe Kyle, but oh well.
No. Well, maybe you leave because you're skinny enough.
Well, nonetheless, Leaf, we need a higher or lower answer from you, please.
You know what? Let's go lower.
Lower than 66. Alrighty. It's 59 of them said that they would accept that. Alright, Leaf. Now, you won that question, so you can change the 6 if you want.
You know what? Actually, I'll keep it and go higher.
Taking a chance, going higher than the 6? Yes, sir, Bob. It's a 9.
Freeze.
Freezing on that 9, and Leaf, next question is for you. Now, we surveyed 100 male prison inmates, and we asked them if they would tell the warden if there's going to be a prison break. How many of them said that they would do that?
Oh no. Prisoners would never mention if there was going to be a break. For all I know, they want to go home. Home. Which is nearly impossible nowadays. I'll say only 22.
Only 22 of them. Gary, do you think it's higher or lower than 22?
Higher.
Alright, Gary says it's higher than 22. Actual number is 41. Alright, Gary, you've got that 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4, a 6.
Higher.
Higher than a 6, it's an 8.
Lower.
Taking a chance at going lower than an 8, a 4.
Higher.
If this one's higher, you'll win the match. Let's find out. It's an ace. Gary, you are our winner.
No?
So, Leaf, you played a very good game. I'm sorry we couldn't give you any money, but I'll tell you what. Leaf, since this is your birthday, I'll give you a consolation prize of $1,000.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, Gary, let's go to the money cards.
You know what? As much as I would like to, I want to let Lee do it. So this is his birthday, and I want to be nice. I'm letting him do it.
Oh, Leaf, isn't that nice? Gary's letting you play the money cards instead.
Whatever he gets, he's not supposed to be mean. Whatever he gets, he's getting. Because I want to be nice and his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Lee.
Well, I think Gary's being very generous here at Leaf. So let's find out how well you do. Now, we're starting you off with $500 in betting money. Work your way across the first level, then we move you to the next one, which will give you $600 more betting money. And why am I explaining it? You know how the money cards works. Let's get right to it, shall we?
Yes.
All right. But now I'll remind you that you get one joker, so you have at least one chance of winning that cash jackpot. And here's your first $500, and your first card is an ace.
Let's go everything lower.
The whole thing lower than an ace? A king, $1,000. Now I'll remind you, you can change one card per line.
Let's go everything lower again.
The whole thing lower than a king. It's a 5, you've got $2,000.
Can I change it with number 3, please?
You most certainly can. And that 5 is now a queen.
Everything lower.
The whole thing lower than a queen. A 7, you've cleared the bottom row. $4,000. We'll move that 7 up there and give you another $600. You're at $4,600.
Bless you.
Thank you. Let's change it with number 1.
Very well. That 7 is now a 10.
Alright, time to play conservatively. Let's go only $500 lower.
Only 500 lower. Now, of course, as a reminder, if the same card comes up, it's a push, meaning you do not win and you do not lose. 500 lower than a 10. It's a 4. Well, you were smart to hold back, and now you've got a better card as a result, and you also have $5,100.
Let's go everything higher.
All of it higher than a 4. A king, 10,200.
Everything lower.
The whole thing lower than the king. A deuce. All right. Now, Leaf, you have 20,400. You have to bet at least 10,002. There's still one change card left, but I doubt you're going to change a deuce.
No, I'll go everything higher.
Nothing or $40,800. Is this higher? No, it's another 2. But $20,400 is still a good amount of money.
Alright.
Now let's see if we can get that jackpot, shall we? Now you didn't find any additional jokers, so you have one chance at the jackpot, and it's worth $20,000. It's hidden behind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Where do you think it is?
Let's do 17. 7 minus 1 is 6. Let's do 6.
Going with number 6. No, it is not there. And Leaf, you had to go all the way down to number 3 in order to win it. But you know what? That's okay. You got over $20,000. Well, technically it's Gary's money, but it's still a nice amount of money. That's not too bad.
It's not mine, it's Leaf, and I'll give it.
Okay, well, still, over $20,000, that's not a bad day's work, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yeah, alright, so Leaf, you made out very well for yourself. And folks, that's going to wrap it up for us here on Card Sharks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.